Your psychology is not what will going to make you profitable. They have been lying to you all this time because it's not the magic pill. You're not going to make it by mastering your emotions, and I'm going to show you why, along with genuine hidden gems that I've collected through years of study and practice on how you can actually change your life as a trader. I'm also going to answer 4 questions that will take you exactly where you want to be. And in this video, you'll see for yourself what the real secret recipe is to becoming profitable. It's getting real cold here. I'm not here to tell you the easy or obvious stuff everyone repeats. You're not patient. You need to think better before entering a trade. No. I'm going to tell you the best thing you will ever hear about trading, and I say this wholeheartedly. The problem is lack of knowledge. Let me explain exactly what I mean. I won't waste your time, so I'll be direct. There is far more you can learn that will change your entire life as a trader. So let's finally address the elephant in the room. This expression is used when there is a big, obvious, uncomfortable, almost taboo problem everyone sees but nobody wants to talk about. Something as undeniable as having an elephant inside the room, but everyone pretends it's not there. And that, to me, is psychology in trading, psycho trading. All of us, every single one, have been through the typical mistakes of an undisciplined trader. Each one of us has a weakness. Everyone has a weakness. And you, watching me right now, you're not stupid. You do trading. You clearly know what you're doing wrong and how to fix it. You can fix it. You don't need me or anyone else to tell you because you have the ability to get it done. But there is something you probably don't have yet, the right knowledge and the right system to help you fix those flaws. And I'm going to show you a level of knowledge so powerful that fixing those weaknesses becomes child's play. Because, yes, any trader will keep breaking the rules if deep down they know their system, even with perfect discipline, doesn't work. So let's talk about what really matters. This is the biggest myth in trading, believing that if you don't have a perfect psychology, you'll never be successful. But discipline comes naturally once you know you're going to succeed. So what does a system like that look like? I'm going to tell you how I personally overcame this weakness and what led me to achieve a 70% win rate consistency across my trades. Having a strong, consistent, heavily back tested system, a truly complex system, is what works. I use advanced manipulation concepts, the Wyckoff method, volume, and price action. I'm a day trader. I prepare before New York, analyze the structure on H1, and execute on M5, sometimes on M1, looking for small pip setups. My main target is short term trades at 1 to 3, under 15 pips. I want to catch the immediate direction. I don't care about being right long term. I want the highest certainty possibly, owning every component of my system. It's a complex system because I receive a lot of information at once, and with practice, I've learned to process it. And this completely destroys a very common myth on trading. Less is more. We've all heard that. Less indicators, less signals, less systems, better results. The truth? The problem isn't having many tools, is that they contradict each other. I assign a specific role to everything I use. So I use each one not as extra confirmation, but as a structure, confirmation, probable zones, directional bias, and more. A real complex system works because it's extremely specific, like advanced machinery. Now, how does this fix your psychology? Here's the key. Something like you, me, and honestly everyone has done. I always try to make my system simpler, cut things out, accept losses blindly, but that was my problem. I personally need the highest accuracy possible. I accept that I'll be wrong. Losing is part of trading, but I need to know that if I lost, it's because it was impossible to do more. And that is why I was able to overcome my personal weaknesses. That psychological barrier everyone talks about because I trusted my system. And you, like everyone else, must have a system you trust. When you find a system built for you, one that fits your mind and gives you peace, you will become a successful trader. Maybe for you, trading 1 to 6 works, even if you lose 3 out of 10. You're still profitable. Maybe others prefer 1 to 2, but taking more setups keeps them calm. Whatever your system is, once you find the one that speaks directly to you, to your mind, to your nature, is when everything starts to working. It becomes critically important that you discover what actually works for you. Every time you take a trade, you should feel aligned with it. Every time you lose, you should feel proud, like someone who knows exactly what they're doing. Every win should make you explode with emotion. You should savor it like someone who already expected. When you know you did absolutely everything possible, even the losses feel right. Only then does mastering your psychology becomes easy. If even choosing whether to take a trade causes FOMO, panic, desperation, of uncertainty, something deeper is wrong, and maybe psychology isn't the issue at all. Sometimes you don't need another strategy. You need to feel safe using the one you already have. Even with losses, it works. And for that, I'll show you the real cure later. Because sometimes you do have a system, but you don't trust it. And that doubt destroys you. The only solution, document everything. I'll explain in a moment. For now, understanding what I just told you breaks the mental chain that keeps you stuck repeating the same undisciplined trader mistakes. And let me add something else. Choosing the right asset, the right hours, the right time frame is already a massive challenge. Some strategies do not work in certain markets, so the real challenge is understanding where and how you need to build a system that gives you the confidence that trading can actually change your life. So, listen to me closely. The only way to know whether you're on the right path or just making mistake after mistake or whether you should trust the system you already use is to document your trades. Yes, I know, nobody understands the pain of writing down a loss more than I do. It's horrible. I've been there. But the only thing that makes you improve is writing down every detail of every trade. This way, you'll know what went wrong when you implemented a new technique. You'll see if there is a pattern in the hours where it fails. You'll see how many pips your setups usually gives you and what hours works best for you. And you need one vital skill, patience. You won't build a meaningful record in 2 days, but if you keep pushing, you'll eventually have the information you need to shape the system that finally lets you beat the FOMO, the fear, the greed because you truly trust and how you build your strategy. And now you're probably asking, how long do I have to backtest? How many trades? Where do I do it? It's commonly said that a reliable sample size is 100 trades. Yes, I know that's a lot. By being honest, I often settle for 40 or 50. Not ideal, not the worst, but due to risk lacking objective data. Still, even that gave me valuable insights because I paid attention. But I encourage you to test as long as necessary until you clearly see what's wrong or too good to be true. The better the results look, the more you must test. Beginners believe too quickly that everything is perfect just because it starts well. And the software, I use a software called FX Replay with a 5-day free trial. I've used it multiple times. They don't pay me. is just genuinely useful. I did heavy back testing there, testing all my systems. But keep something in mind, live testing with a paper account is essential to see whether your backtested system survives real time market movements. Fast forwarding candles is nothing like watching every tick form in real time, especially when your stop loss is one peep away. And here's something else we hear constantly: never jump from one strategy to another. And yes, switching strategies every day is disastrous. But staying stuck for months using a horrible strategy is just as bad as that. I don't agree with the never change anything mentality. You don't need extreme changes, but small adjustments can transform everything. If you need to change, change, experiment, test variations, make a sample of trades with just one modified variable. But, and this is the key, document everything. Write it all clearly. Even something as simple as peep ranges, restore reward, or the hour of entry can completely change a system. The only way to discard or validate anything is with data. You need information about the way you trade and your behavior in the market so you can understand why something works or doesn't. I found a system that truly transformed my trading by making small changes whenever something didn't feel right during testing. For almost a year, I traded a highly aggressive market that didn't fit me and gave inconsistent results. I needed something more calculated with wider RR, technical pattern driven, with more predictable liquidity, behavior, and less explosive movement. Understanding that through testing, documenting, and removing doubts is what led me to where I am. Psychotrading and emotional control are important, very important, but in most cases, many cases, they are not what's holding you back. What's holding you back is not feeling safe with how and when you trade. So, my dear traders, if you made it this far, I'm sending you a huge hug. Subscribe if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, and I hope to see you soon.